Um, so again, just for those who weren't here the last time, I'm from Ireland, my 14-year-old son. What started me on this journey was that I had breast cancer in 2016, and that really just made me stop and think, why? And since then, I've really been kind of exploring what we can do to support this amazing body of ours. Because I don't think we talk enough about how much we can do. Like we pass that responsibility or kind of that ownership to others, but we can do so much with this amazing body, and through sound, through healing, through vibrations, through connect. I mean, there's just so many different things, and I'm going to give you some kind of tools, but there are so many more. So whatever you have in that toolkit, use what you have in your toolkit, and your toolkit is your toolkit. It's not my toolkit, it's yours. So what you've been doing, use that, and then tell those around you about it. I do this, and sometimes you might try it and it might not work for you. That's okay. Use what works for you. One thing I have to say, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, I'm not someone who can make clinical diagnosis. So just something I always have to say whenever I'm talking. But the immune system, now I'm not going to get too much into the immune system, it's very complicated, but it's basically this group of cells and organs that are defending and protecting the body against disease. They detect it, they try to eliminate it, and they want to keep the inflammation down. But there are three different areas I talk about here. Your diet and your nutritional status are really important to your immune system. Your emotional state and your levels of stress. We often forget that. We kind of think, yeah, I mean, I should be eating better, but we forget that stress and how you feel impacts your immune system. And of course, your lifestyle and your exercise. So things, again, just to keep in mind. And we've got two big parts of your immune system. You've got your innate, and then have got your adaptive. The innate is your the immediate response. It's including your skin, your mucus, your stomach acid, the fast-acting part. And that is trying to keep, it's causing inflammation to fight the germs or fight whatever's going on in your body. And then you've got the second one, the one we tend to hear a little bit more about, which is the one that kind of learns and remembers for the next time. You've got your T cells and your B cells. Your T's are attacking, your B's are making your antibodies. And your immune system lies throughout the body. It lies in your bone marrow, it lies in your thymus, it lies in your lymph nodes, and it also lies in your gut. So a really important part, 70 to 80% lies in your gut. So with that, if your gut's not healthy, your immune system's not going to be healthy. You're not going to be giving enough support to that response when you need it. So if there's an imbalance of bacteria, if there's inflammation, that will impact how you respond when something happens. A healthy gut, stronger immune defenses, this diverse, healthy microbiome, all that bacteria, healthy bacteria that lives in your gut. When that is strong, you've got a strong immune system. Now, one of the things I actually saw, Dr. Laurie here, we are going to do just a small little activity. We're going to talk about the thymus. And the thymus it's an organ. Produces white blood cells. It's just located just below your breastbone, the top of your breastbone. So kind of just down around here. And think about it. We often go like this. We do this because this calms us, makes us feel better. It energizes us. It helps release toxins, and it's also releasing white blood cells. So I want everybody, just for a few minutes, gently. Now they say sometimes to ball up your hand. I prefer just to do it gently like this. And you can kind of just go up and down a little bit, but just tapping. And those vibrations, again, we get to vibrations. Those vibrations are very important. You're stimulating this thymus that is producing different things to help keep you safe, to calm you. And it's also strengthening your immune system. So when you feel like you're in a fight or flight, you're stressed, gently tapping your thymus is a great way to help bring you down, calm your system. And doesn't it feel quite calming? And it's something as well that we can teach our, children to do as well. Just when you're feeling too nervous, before an exam, before a presentation, before an important meeting, before that stressful conversation you're going to have with someone. Take a lovely deep breath. Let's just do it one more time. A big deep breath in and then out. Wonderful. Now you've actually supported your immune system in a nice, easy way. So we know that winter, and I know the winter is hard on us, on our immune system. And there's so many different reasons. I'm kind of stuck behind here. I can come out here. There's less sunlight. And, less sunlight. Oh, I forgot I can move away from this. Yes. Okay. Less sunlight, less vitamin D. We're not getting out into the fresh air. More holiday sugar. That's actually, I think, a big problem with the winter. I mean, we have sugar during the rest of the year, but there is so much sugar and so much things that are basically assaulting our immune system. Holiday stress. Get back to stress again. Stress does not help our immune system. The dry air, colder temperatures, less activity. We're not out as much. We're inside. And we are often eating heavier foods. We've got the sugary foods, but foods that sometimes can be harder to digest. Again, depending on what you're eating, but heavier, richer foods. So it takes a little bit more work on your digestive system. So I'm going to talk about like 4 pillars here that I think are really important. So we want to go with nutrient-dense food. We want to be optimizing your digestion and hydration, reducing your immune drainers, and then your lifestyle boosters. So Noral. I was trying to get to nourish, but it didn't really work. So I'm just going to go with Noral. But nutrient-dense food, I think we know about that. And there are so many different kinds, but here's just kind of a quick list of some. But it's the rainbow. It's what we should be eating regardless. We have this beautiful, colorful rainbow of foods that we should always be eating. Now, again, some people cannot digest certain types of foods. You may be reactive, but in general, we want to eat a lovely, colorful rainbow. Foods that are high in vitamin C, zinc, antioxidants, omegas, lots of colorful phytonutrients. And some of these, and again, I won't go into all of them, but you can get a copy of the presentation afterwards. But you've got your vitamin C, which is a very powerful antioxidant, and your vitamin D. Vitamin D it's not a vitamin, it's actually a hormone. And D is it's very important to support your immune system. It helps reduce some of the cytokines, that inflammatory storm that we talk about. And so here we have some foods such as the oily fishes, oily fish, cod liver oil, pastured beef, things like that, egg yolks. So I love vitamin D. And also during the winter, again, we're inside, so we don't get as much vitamin D. Then we've got carotene, zinc, cabbage, which I love from the kind of the broccoli, Brussels sprouts, things like that, which we do often eat during the winter, but getting plenty of those with nice healthy fats. I like good healthy fats. And mushrooms are another wonderful one. Okay, let's go. Pillar 2. So we want to be optimizing your digestion. Why? Because again, our immune system, 70 to 80% of your immune system is in your gut, so you want to have your digestion working as well as you can. So foods such as soups and broths, they're easier to digest. You can put so many wonderful things into them. They can be tasty, but they just nourish us. They nourish our soul. They calm our nervous system. Bitters are something that are wonderful for helping with your digestion and making sure that you're breaking down the foods and getting the nutrients that you need. Fiber is great for feeding the healthy bacteria, or the healthy bacteria in your gut. Hydration is really important. And then, of course, we've got some probiotics, which are, again, you're supporting the healthy bacteria in your gut. Hydration is something that a lot of people, we think about in the hot weather, but we don't always think about in the cooler weather. I don't need as much drink because it's not as hot. But that's not true. Hydration is really important for making sure that you're keeping your whole body. Again, your body is there's so much water here and it helps remove toxins, but it's also keeping your mucous membranes moist, and those mucous membranes are also a part of your immune system. They're grabbing onto things. They're a protective mechanism. So we want to maintain a moist respiratory tract that can help fight off infections. The other thing about hydration to remember is to make sure that you're taking good liquids. During the holiday season, we may be drinking a lot of liquids, but may not be quite the best liquids for your body. So remembering to, if you are, but also make sure that you're having some other good liquids. Again, for soups or broths, teas, herbal teas. Herbal teas are fabulous. Water with lemon, water with lime, water with ginger, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But something, again, I'm going to keep talking about it, remembering that sugars are not good for us. And even, it's talking about here, that even just a glass of orange juice, just pure orange juice, this is going to spike your sugar levels. And so we think that, orange juice is healthy. Oranges are healthy, but drinking just a glass of orange juice is going to spike. So we're raising our sugar, we're weakening our immune system. We know that after eating sugar, your immune system drops by 50% for up to 4 to 5, 6 hours. So very often, we're talking about kids going to a party, and at the party that there's, it's a germ fest. The kids are always coming home sick from parties. Yes, they're all together, but I often think it's more what they're getting in the food that they're eating, and that their immune systems are weaker from having that kind of food at the party. So they have been exposed, but their immune systems are weaker and are not able to fight it off. So if we can, remember that, when we eat a lot of sugar, we are weakening our immune system, and then maybe eat a little less sugar, eat something else. All right, so then reducing our immune drainers. So we want to again, stop doing the sugars. We want to reduce, because this is what the carbs do. They're leading to reducing your levels of white blood cells. They're damaging the energy factories, the mitochondria, and inside our cells. They're creating that imbalance in our gut, because again, I talked about our gut. The gut's where the immune system lives. And then it leads to the excretion of a lot of important minerals like zinc, vitamin C is another one. And one of the things that we can try to do is, instead of eating a lot of sugar, try and substitute it for real food, sources of sugar. And some of those, honey, dates, bananas, prunes, sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes I love because you've got the fiber mixed in there. A lot of just bananas by themselves. I've had this kind of discussion with my dad, because my dad loves bananas, and he will do that as his snack by itself, nothing else. Yes, bananas are healthy, but combine it with something else, because it is sugar as well. So bananas with some nut butter, bananas with some cheese, some bananas with something else that you can have your sweetness, you can have your potassium and all these other nutrients, but you can also not spike your blood sugar. So while I have bananas in here and honey in here, try to just, a spoonful of honey is not a good idea. Honey with other things, bananas with other things. And that's purely because I've had this discussion with my dad yesterday. He's like, but you told me I needed to have a banana. You told me bananas were healthy. You told me honey was healthy. And I said, yes, but not a spoon of honey. So I love my dad. And then, of course, we know these things such as processed foods, late nights, and stress are all immune drainers. All right, so we'll just come here quickly. So lifestyle boosters. So these are things. So we've nourishing our body, we're optimizing our digestion, we're taking away the things that don't help, and then we're going to think about, let's add in some other things that help. Sleep. Sleep it's so nourishing for us. And in our lifestyles here, in the Bay Area, I've had some people say, I can do with that, 3 to 4 hours of sleep and I'm fine. And I'm just thinking, no, you need more sleep. We need sleep. There's a reason we sleep. It's not just this inconvenient thing we do. We sleep to heal. We sleep to reorganize our brains. We sleep to get rid of everything that we didn't need, that we created during the day. But we sleep to heal. That's when our immune system is cleaning up, it's clearing, it's preparing, it's healing. So making sure that we get some really good restful sleep is very, very important. Getting outside, fresh air, sunlight, movement, and then of course stress regulation. Stress is so important that something we often forget when we're living here. All right, so when you feel a cold coming on, I just had this morning. There are, again, lots of different things, but it's just some ginger, some cinnamon, lemon juice, and some warm water. And that is just it. When you have it, does everyone here like ginger? Okay. Is this something most of you will take when you're feeling? Yeah. Now, another thing you can add that I did add this morning is some cayenne pepper. Does anyone like cayenne pepper? Okay. Cayenne pepper it's very good for the circulatory system. It's very good for just kind of boosting. For me, it boosts my energy. It just makes me go, whoo, okay, I'm ready. It's great for the heart. And try adding in a little bit, because it's very good for, again, supporting your circulation. So something I like to add to warm water every day. And my dad actually loves it too. So I did get the stronger, you can get some very strong levels of cayenne pepper. So again, start off with what you can manage and then start increasing it. But I highly recommend just a little dash of cayenne pepper to that. All right. So again, we're just going to the whole food diet. Last time I talked about the soul food. Seasonal, organic, unprocessed, and local. We want to do some prebiotics as much as we can. Fermented foods are fabulous. And then probiotics as well. So these are just kind of some did you knows. Some of them we've already talked about. But sugar can suppress the immune system for 4 to 5 hours after eating it. Sleep, as I just talked about, it's when your body produces the most immune-boosting antibodies. So during sleep, your body releases cytokines that you're repairing, detoxifying, and strengthening your immune defenses. So poor sleep is going to be poor and weaker immunity. We talked about, again, your immune system, 70-80% in your gut. Now the thymus is actually larger in kids. And as we age, it gets smaller and smaller. So Leia here would probably have the strongest thymus here. Gut bacteria can help train your immune system, reduces inflammation. And then the winter levels of the brain serotonin is actually lower. And serotonin is your feel-good. So it's kind of just interesting. Now, last thing that I just wanted to touch on, I was going to do a complete slide on it, but I just have too much information, I think. But a fever, we often, in today's society, we want to get rid of, I've got a fever, I want to get rid of my fever. I've got this, I want to get rid of it. I want to be back out. I need to be back at work. I need to be doing this. I need to be doing that. I can't have a cold. I can't rest. I need to keep going. But let's go back to this body's innate wisdom. Our body is telling us, you need a break. You need to slow down. You need to stop what you've been doing. And so, not listening to it, we take our medications. I've got to get back out there. I've got to be, tomorrow I've got this, and this. But we're not listening to our body. So, that's when the body then goes, hey, I'm going to give you a fever. I'm going to make you feel so bad you can't do anything. And that's what it does. And so a fever is the body being smart in a way. There's something going on. It's an infection. The body raises the temperature to help kill that infection. Raising your temperature slows down pathogens and it activates immune cells. It's a defense mechanism. We've got really smart bodies. But getting rid of those fevers, and again, I'm not a doctor, but getting rid of a fever, trying to get rid of it completely, is stopping the body from doing what it needs to do. And so I would caution you, unless it's very, very high and unless you feel very sick, listen to your body, slow down, get some sleep, wrap up well, stay warm, stay hydrated, do the things that I talked about, nourish yourself, optimize your digestion, remove the things that don't support you, and then get good sleep, do those things that support those lifestyle boosters, and let the body do what it needs to do instead of fighting against it, instead of trying to get back out there. Give your body those few days to rest. And I will say, I did not listen to my advice. I had the chills and the aches and everything like that. And on Sunday and on last Monday, I was back trying to do things for my son, and I was driving here, there, and everywhere, and I'm like, I just put together, I had the presentation, I was I was going to tell you not to do that, and then I did it, and I'm like, okay, it doesn't work. So again, just listening to our bodies, supporting them, and nourishing them, and you guys will do super well throughout the rest of the winter and spring. So kind of final thoughts, a healthy gut is really important. Nutrition matters. With the right tools and nourishment, surviving the winter is possible. So small steps, but you do what you need, and supporting your immune system is very possible, and listening to our bodies and acknowledging that they have so much wisdom and so much strength if we give them the right tools.